let's see. What do we need to know for Gemini before we jump into the tarot, please? So something's not fading or aging. Something is not like turning down like a sunset. It's turning up. Something's not going to go down like a sunset. It's more of a sunrise. Okay? Somebody didn't trust the process. Somebody didn't want to be part of the process. Somebody thought that this wouldn't grow, that it would just disappear. But look, it's not disappearing. Disappear in reverse. Something is not disappearing. Or somebody's not aging. Something is not aging. Yeah. Somebody needed a boundary. Something about a boundary or a limit. Maybe something, yeah. Something is for eternity. There's a limit to forever. So there could have been an attack here. Somebody was attacking something that is meant to be forever, so somebody set a boundary and a limit. And instead of being part of this growth process, they tried to disturb the process and get it to disappear or decline. It's not. Disappear in reverse at the bottom. Yeah, because somebody takes great care and they're very generous. They give with an open heart. They offer without expectation. It's unconditional love. So they comply to these unwritten rules and these laws in anything that they do. Even if it's lonely. And they examine things while they're on their own. And they plant seeds and they nurture. There's some kind of great growth or potential here. Somebody here is a really great support energy or assisting energy here. Somebody has a lot to teach. Especially regarding generosity and gratitude. Confirmation with the sirens. Something's for forever, though. Somebody wanted to put a limit on something that was for forever. They wanted to disturb the process, or because they didn't want to watch the process or be a part of it, or they didn't believe in the process. They wanted to stop the process, but it's not going down, it's going up. Glory favors the brave. Okay, take it as it resonates. I'm being called to use this deck before we jump into the tarot. Somebody can't be bribed. Somebody can't be tempted. Or a bribe went wrong, it went left. Yeah, somebody owes somebody an apology. Somebody shouldn't have taken a bribe. Somebody's sick over this. Wow. Somebody has to confess something, Gemini. I don't know if this is you. Yeah, it has to do with the strategy. This was bad news. This wasn't good news. Because somebody here is very reserved. They live and learn, and they gain that way. Through experience, through development. And so now somebody can't persevere with this dark magic here, this bullying. Yeah, this is a continuation. They shouldn't have been so stubborn. They're gonna lose a house. They're afraid. Okay. Yeah, somebody's furious. Wow, because somebody didn't hesitate to trap something or someone that originates with something and get them to take a loss. So they wanted to trap someone that is original and have them take a loss. They didn't hesitate to do this because they were angry about something. But somebody here shouldn't have taken a bribe. They owe somebody an apology and now they're sick over this. Because the strategy was bad news. They should have hesitated. Somebody owes somebody an apology. Wow. Okay. So something that belongs to somebody wanted them to lose this blessing, but it's a part of who they are. They wanted to trap somebody original and unique and creative. Somebody's vitality. They wanted to make somebody a victim and damage something and cause sorrow. What the fuck is this, Gemini? Did somebody do this to you, or did you do this to someone? If this is something you did to somebody, you better apologize ASAP. If somebody did this to you, don't worry, God has got you. Sorry, love and light. Holy Spirit, holy angels, archangels, ancestors, and the Most High. Calling on you to channel your ancient wisdom. Actually, I'm being called to use a different deck, y'all. Oh, before we jump in, I forgot to find out what the totem animal is. Not done yet, y'all. Hold up. What's the totem animal for Gemini now through mid-November, please? Totem animal for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. Yeah, extreme opposites. I'm hearing Sagittarius. Which is your opposite sign, Gemini? That'd be funny if this was regarding literally your opposite sign. Donkey in reverse. Okay, somebody here doesn't want to look like a jackass, but I feel like they were. Okay. Somebody's name could start with a D, first, middle, last. Okay, the donkey. Okay, the donkey superpowers, y'all, is about patience, hard work, willingness to help others. This is in reverse, so somebody wasn't willing to work hard, have patience, or help anyone. Somebody was stubborn. They were not gentle. They were not deeply dedicated. They were not seeing somebody for who or what they truly were. They were not standing up for someone or themselves and respecting boundaries. It's possible to stand your ground and be useful at the same time. When the donkey appears, be mindful of taking on too much that's not actually yours. Take responsibility for your own well-being and be extra sure not to get depleted. I feel like somebody wanted somebody to be depleted. They wanted somebody to do all the work, or they wanted to insult something that should have been celebrated because they got offended because their authority was challenged in some kind of way. But I don't even think somebody meant to challenge anyone's authority. I think that they just know that they have something that's worth protecting. I think that they abide by the balanced and just laws of the universe and humanity. Somebody didn't like that? Okay. You can take on difficult challenges and succeed, but you don't need to do it alone. You're stronger than you think. Somebody wanted somebody to do it alone, unfairly so, is what I'm getting. Somebody owes somebody an apology. They were mad at their fertility. This could be creatively, this could be nurture energy, this could be literal fertility. I don't know. It's something. Let me get a message for Gemini. Yeah, I am in reverse. I am unbalanced. Somebody needs to see that about themselves. Somebody's not going to be out of sight or unseen just because somebody else is unbalanced. Once somebody accepts this, there's silver lining and there's blessing in disguise, confirmation. There's bearing fruit here. Like, so there's, so, thanks so much for the gift, love. I appreciate your support. It helps me show up for these readings and have my supplies stocked. I really appreciate you guys. So what I'm seeing here is July or August or May could be significant. Or February. February 7th, February 8th, February 5th, February 4th, February 12th, July 4th, so the 4th of July, July 8th, July 5th, July 12th, July 2nd, April 8th, April 7th, April 2nd, April 5th, April 12th, May 2nd, May 12th, May 8th, May 4th, May 7th. Could be significant. Life path 2, 8, 5, 4, 7, 3. Could be significant. So somebody here is unbalanced or unfair, unbalanced, unequal, unequal. They're unbalanced mentally maybe. Or they just assume that they should have consideration above other people, like a hierarchy. That's not how it works, okay? Especially when somebody here isn't patient enough to do the work or earn it, or, you know, it doesn't make sense to have that that's not rational. It's irrational energy. So I don't know if somebody put this energy and projected it towards you, Gemini, or if you did this towards somebody. Either way, somebody owes somebody an apology. They're not going to be unseen or out of sight. In fact, the Most High was offended, and so they're probably going to accelerate them being even more visual than before, because something was inherited from the Most High. Oh, thank you, love and light. I'm so glad that you're resonating, love. And it looks like because something is a blessing in disguise, there's a silver lining here, double confirmation, blessing in disguise and silver lining, and then we have bear fruit on top of it. That's triple confirmation that something is positive and that it bears some kind of harvest, which would possibly benefit everybody involved. But somebody just, instead of seeing that or being part of a process, they wanted to disrupt a process. They wanted to make somebody unseen. That's not going to work. I just heard Puerto Rico. Maybe somebody has been there for something about vacation. So there's some kind of blessing here. I don't know what this all means. We're going to jump into the tarot now, okay? See what's going on. Somebody was a jackass. Okay, just to put it frank. Okay? Somebody was a complete and utter jackass. Okay? Alright, I'm going to use this deck, y'all. Alright. Holy Spirit, holy angels, archangels, ancestors, and the Most High, calling on you to channel your ancient wisdom, your guiding light, your strength, your clarity, with intention towards our blessed North Nodes. Please help me bring forth the most important messages for my Gemini collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, now through mid-November. Clear, concise, and precise. I will interpret these messages from the heart, from the soul. Any negative energy interference, please return to the sender. And on behalf of the collective, myself, we love you, we thank you, we trust you, Spirit. Somebody's leaving. They're going towards peace. Six of Swords. What's up, Gina? Mom and I were in Puerto Rico many years ago when I lived in St. Thomas. No way. Okay, so something is either wrong with the child, or somebody didn't want to have a child, or somebody was very childish, emotionally stunted and immature and childish. Chaos agent. Page of Cups in reverse. That's why somebody didn't move forward with something, or because somebody was childish, they didn't want somebody to move forward. That's more of the message I'm getting here. Yeah. They wanted to trap somebody. That's the problem, is they tried to trap somebody and get somebody completely in a stalemate, stuck. Wow. Deep down, they know that this isn't merit making, that they've abused credibility, or they tried to steal something, or they didn't want somebody to work on something or put the effort into something. They wanted to cut corners. They wanted reward without effort. They wanted to take the shortcut. But they also, somebody wants out of a nightmare. Or somebody got themselves, they've liberated themselves from a horrible headspace. In the past, somebody was taking a leap of faith towards a new beginning, something happy. And somebody here had a lot of territorial integrity. They protected themselves. They had boundaries. Okay? They fought for themselves to the very end. What's the strength? Wow, yeah, this is really intense, Gemini. Something bad happened here. All because of somebody's immaturity. The strength is that somebody got up after being stabbed in the back 10 times. And there was this is your energy, Gemini. Gemini, the Magician in reverse, this is heavy manipulation and illusions. This is also somebody trying to block somebody's manifestations or creativity, or trying to cause confusion. So maybe this is you that did this, that was childish, that tried to trap somebody or make somebody a victim, get somebody stuck. Get somebody to stop working on something. Got people to like gang and stab somebody in the back, but they couldn't end something for someone. They got back up again after this manipulation, after somebody tried to stop their path. It looks like in the near future, or somebody did this to you, Gemini. Put it where it fits. Yeah, this something is a fall from grace and a failure, because somebody here has control over their life and they're moving forward regardless of this immature behavior. We're getting Cancer energy, Gemini, and Aries out here. Advice? Yeah, the advice is that something is a trap, to leave and go towards peace. Go towards calmer waters. This is a misaligned collaboration. It was always going to fail. Somebody could have tried to bring problems to somebody's job in the environment. Somebody wanted to follow their heart or follow a dream without it being merit making. Like, somebody wanted to make a romantic offer without putting in the work. Like, so basically, like, say somebody proposed to you, right? Like, this is just the first example that comes up in my head. It's like they are not worthy of making that proposal to somebody because they haven't put in the effort to mature, to show up as a spouse for anyone. They don't deserve to make these offers to people. Like, this is not, it's not real. It's an illusion. But they show up like a Knight of Cups in the upright, as somebody diplomatic, somebody that really means this gesture. But they don't, because it's coming out underneath the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody doesn't think that they should have to work for romantic offers. That's delusional. Somebody wants to rekindle something with someone. They wanted to restore a relationship. Hope and or fear. Yeah, somebody has a plan to take a leap of faith for a new beginning, but they're still coming from a place of cowardice. So that's not going to work. So if you're insecure inside, those insecurities are going to cause instability within your relationship. You are not, like, somebody cannot make romantic offers like they want to be a spouse, for instance, or want to be a boyfriend or a girlfriend to somebody when they haven't even became strength in the upright. Okay?